I am the mellowest neurotic person you've ever met.
No, really?
Weird thing about doing Buffy was we were shooting my episode. The first day was September 11th, 2001. Miranda Cosgrove, as a little kid, was in fact the cutest kid in the world.
Oh, being America's dad, who was your favorite child?
We are on a pod. Oh no,
we're on a podcast.
We fuck it all up.
Cuss away.
Yes.
Yeah, cuss away.
We are Americans as well, guys, and it is Bring Your Father to Work Day. We've got America's dad in the building.
Jonathan
Goldstein. Joe Nathan.
Yes, father to beloved Drake and Josh.
Yes.
And don't forget Megan.
Oh,
she was there too.
I forgot all about
Miranda. Turn up.
Yeah. Oh shit. You had another. You
got a lot of kids.
I was on that show. I paid attention to that.
No, she was actually
There's a storyline where what was your character's name?
Walter.
Walter is actually Devin's dad and Ned's dad. Yeah.
What?
No, I just made it up right there on the spot. That would have been cool.
Both of us.
I was like Nickelodeon lore.
What?
I missed a lot, but I don't think I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
One of his bastard children, Ned's Declassified.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Nice to see you, man.
Nice to see you. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
We did
You've all grown up. It's so nice.
We did a YouTube video together probably like 6 years ago,
Yes,
right?
we did.
Where's Walter?
Where's Walter? Yeah. It was basically we discovered that Walter has broken out of the TV world, I guess, into reality, and that all these TV shows were actually clones of actors. And so the clone of Jonathan Goldstein, a very serious actor in Los Angeles, breaks out of Drake and Josh world and runs into
Ned.
But Devin.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But like outside Nickelodeon.
Right, outside
and I'm
Nickelodeon.
like, Jonathan, what's up, man?
And Walter's like,
Walt,
what the hell
who
are you
the
talking
fuck are you?
Don't
Yeah.
touch my mic, man.
Don't you touch my mic.
Touch my mic.
Just adjusting his mic a little bit.
Wow.
That's
that was a little forward of you, man.
I get in there. I like to get in there. I'm sorry.
I bet you do.
I should have asked for consent first. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Next time.
But yeah, and that was fun. It was a really quick. It was so hot.
So hot
I
in the
remember
valley.
like sweating my nuts up.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, you're allowed to say nuts.
Damn, did you attach them back on?
Reattach? Yeah.
I did. I put them back on.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Needle
yeah.
and thread, right?
No, they're Velcroed.
Oh, yeah, even
Ah,
better.
nice.
Nice.
Quick release.
I'm getting used to it.
Hey, you see how we bop around?
Welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the pod.
Hey.
Yeah, no, that was really fun. I as we've grown, all of us, and just like our live paths change, and we're no longer on Nickelodeon. Been a long time.
Yeah.
I always kind of enjoy, and this pod has really been that. Seeing people from that time, we all have kind of a shared experience from these years in our lives on that network. And yeah, it's been a strange part of this pod is like reconnecting with people from that time and getting to go. How was your time? How was it there?
How was it there? Oh, it was super fun. I mean, it was really great on so many levels. You know. First of all, just being a working actor.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Don't you miss it?
Don't you miss it? Good lord!
It's so hard, and it's
Hold me, Dad.
Is a bitch right now, and it's hard now.
Yeah,
but
it's rough.
But
now.
no. But it was really great to have that kind of consistency, stability in my life.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the thing I had years earlier. It sort of settled. My dad and I he never really could understand what it was I was trying to do. And he sold insurance. He was like a freelance guy and all that. And then I got a parking spot at the studio. And I was like, look, Dad,
I'm the guy.
He was like, you got a parking spot? He was like, this is amazing. And then he was like, you're kind of like, you do what I do. You're like a freelancer. And I was like, that is right.
Yes.
And it sort of changed. He was always supportive, always understood, but it was getting that parking spot on this TV show.
It like locked in the value for him. Yeah, he's like, oh,
he was proud.
You're
he understood
respected.
It made it. What's the word? Visceral.
Yeah, tangible, visceral. Yeah,
tangible
like
for him. Yeah, because it was so foreign. But yeah.
When did you start acting?
Oh, I was like 14. No, that's a lie. I'm lying to you.
Oh, great.
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was more like, I think I knew I wanted to do it when I was really young.
Yeah.
Like 9, 10, 11. but I was a bad student. So in the school system I was in, for some reason, they blacklisted me because doing theater was a privilege. And so I sort of suffered through and couldn't get through. I finally, in the 7th grade, so I guess I'm around 11 years old, started getting involved then and just kept on doing it. Once I found my groove in it, I found a lot of confidence, which is, somebody's...
We're getting some calls. Now, this was out in New York, right?
Yeah, Long Island.
Oh, wow.
And so it was this, I got involved with community theater and all that, and it just became, it saved me. Because I came from a broken home, not a lot of confidence, was not a good student, had a lot of trouble focusing, and was really, oddly enough, really quiet when I was young, but developed quite an ego. Once that happened, that just sort of rolled. It kept on getting.
I started at 14.
And I had just enough so that when I got out to LA, there was plenty to destroy.
Right.
Without killing me, right?
Take a couple good hits.
Yeah.
Okay, when did you get out to LA?
I came out here in the year of our Lord, 1995.
God bless.
I was 4 years old?
Yep.
Were you?
Yep.
I'm surprised you were even born.
Wow.
Yep.
I was 5.
You were 5.
yeah.
Aw, that's
4,
adorable.
yeah.
Wow, that's so weird.
How was LA in the 90s? How was your entry into LA, man?
It was awesome. I lived, so a friend of mine, can I drop a name?
Yeah,
Is
I mean, that's up
wrong?
to you, man.
Do you guys know?
What's your morality?
I love her. I haven't talked to her in years. I knew this this actress named Rachel True, who was on the thing that you know her from. She had a TV show. Oh, what the hell was it called?
I'll do the research.
Yeah, do the research.
Rachel True.
And she was in. I'm so bad. This is what happens when you
It's
get
a great
old.
story. Love
She's
it.
great.
Oh, Rachel True, freaking
Rachel-
Girlfriends. Well,
Right.
no, not Girlfriends, but Half and Half.
Half and Half, which was a great show.
She was also in
Cussy,
Half
cussy,
Baked.
cussy.
Half
I
Baked.
love
She was
her.
Mary
She's-
Jane.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Half
yeah, yeah,
Baked. Anyway, she was a friend of mine. She was out here, and she was like, Johnny, there's an apartment open in my building in Venice. And so I came out here, and she sort of hooked that up. And I was in Venice, which I love.
Yeah.
I
And
live
it was
over
the
there now.
go-go 90s, man. The 90s were awesome because it was like, things were great. I mean, in Venice, it was a little weird. It was like block by block.
Yeah.
It was like nice blocks, and then there was definitely a lot of gang violence. But there was cool shit, and people were cool.
Yeah.
Right? People definitely cohabitated and coexisted.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And I was down there for like almost till 2000. And it was before all the tech stuff moved in.
Yep.
So I was like down on the beach every day with my dog.
Yep.
I'm not scared to say a little wake and bake at the time.
Yeah,
I was a young
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Was working in a restaurant, and it was awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. Living the dream.
And then started a theater company, and the rest is history.
Go on. What?
Legit theater company. Tight.
Now, were
Yeah.
you on Buffy the Vampire Slayer before or after said?
You did do research. You did.
This is the most professional host here.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Really?
I am.
She runs the show.
Well, that's cool. I did it around that time. No, I had moved. I was out of Venice by then, by the time I got on Buffy. I was in North Hollywood. I've been all over.
Was that like amazing? That was my
Buffy
favorite
was
show when I was
awesome. The
little.
weird thing about doing Buffy was my episode we were shooting my episode the first day was September 11th,
Oh my God.
2001.
One. Oh my God.
So it was very weird. It was very surreal.
Whoa.
I drove to set. I got up early. It gets weirder, but I'm not even going to bring up that part. I drove to set listening to the radio, and it was like War of the Worlds. On the radio, they were saying like, we believe that we're not sure missiles have hit the Pentagon.
Right,
It was
right.
like all
So
that
much
stuff.
confusion and chaos.
It was
Yeah.
so bizarre. It was really crazy. Got to set. Everybody was sort of freaked out. I had forgotten my cell phone at home.
Oh no!
And so I had friends. I'm from New York. So
Oh my
I-
God.
a friend who passed away, and sadly, and in the tower. But
Damn.
yeah. So
Damn.
that was really messed
And then
up.
we
came
filmed
back-
this vampire show right now. Like,
yeah. So like they shut down. We came back 2 weeks later and shot, but there was definitely like
You got the show shut down for 2 weeks because of September 11th.
Hollywood shut down.
That makes
Everybody
sense.
was like,
no one can like do their job. Yeah, with that makes sense.
It was like you guys were super young. It was really like this. I mean, I don't want to get into politics, but you could definitely say that this is a traumatized country.
For
the
sure.
last like 20 years has been like
for sure.
Hit after hit,
just wackadoodle. But that was like, oh God, everything shut down. It was like, but look at all the TV stars, and I was like obsessed with Buffy.
Oh my gosh! And then that
they couldn't really.
that's
getting on
crazy.
it was like a dream. I was so nervous.
Then you just September 11th,
and then boom, September 11th.
Jeez.
Yeah. Which was always like, I always had this thing as a kid when I was younger. It was like, I'm going to get famous. I am going to get famous, but this is how it's going to go down. I'm going to go move to LA. I'm going to get this part in this great thing, and it's going to be freaking awesome. And then as soon as like the awards, everything's about to start coming, it's going to be awesome. There's going to be an earthquake, and that's it.
Ooh.
And everything's just going to, I had this. Like,
wait, you always had this thought?
Like, that's what's
you were already prepping for
I'm catastrophe.
Dude, I am the mellowest neurotic person you've ever met. In your life.
No, really?
Yeah.
We've traveled the world together.
Yes, we have.
I feel like I get that
you
from
feel that, right?
Yeah.
You know
but
what I'm talking about.
You know how to save face, though.
I work a lot on that. I have a lot of practice trying hard not to be a dick. It's like, it seems it's hard. Yeah. It's a lifelong project.
Hey.
Don't I know it, brother?
Yeah. I think that's why we like each other. I feel like we have a similar kind of like, dude, just stay in your lane.
I get you, man.
Hey, now, if you guys want a great acting coach, he's the guy.
Yeah?
Especially if you want to learn how to cry. Because he
You
makes
are-
the students
oh my
cry
God.
all the time.
Doesn't teach them how.
Yes.
Makes them cry.
No.
And you learn a lot more with that.
It's kind of unfair. You're just a little
A
unfair.
little untrue, a little untrue.
It's sort of based in fact.
I mean,
Is that your technique with
No.
kids?
Listen, well, we
Break
mostly
them down?
adults too.
Well,
Okay.
mostly when we work
Everybody can
together,
cry.
it's sort of teenagers.
Okay.
And if you're working with teenagers and you're actually trying to get acting done, I don't know if you guys remember. I still remember how confusing it was to be a teenager. Right? So it's like, this brings it back to Ned's Declassified.
Yeah, that's
Look how I'm bringing it around. I'm a pro.
Yeah, you are progress.
So, but the thing
You're not
is,
supposed to
if you're-
acknowledge it, though.
Oh shit! See,
That's how you point out
Always
the
lessons. Always lessons.
But like if you're acting and you're 15 years old and everything's fucking happening to you for the first time, you're not sure if you're gay or straight, you love this girl, you don't like that guy, do your friends like you, all that shit, right? That's all happening to you for the very first time. And then you get up and you try to emote, for lack of a better word, or tap into your emotions.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to do that, and there is a thing, it's a difference. Like you have to learn how to use your body when you're fucking pretending or lying or acting, whatever it is.
Right.
So it's this weird space that kids go into and they get super duper emotional. So even if they're doing like a comic monologue, they'll lose their shit.
Yeah.
And get like really emotional, frustrated, or they'll tap into something and it'll come out and they'll start crying. And so when you tap into that kind of magic, there's always volatility and always somebody looking to fuck with you.
Oh yeah.
And say, I heard you made some kid
Somebody
cry.
I didn't. How many this week?
I was saying that should be funny. The kid just cried. But that's what happens.
That's real.
I swear.
He said that's what happens.
That's what happens.
No, yeah, it's honestly great.
I'm so blown away by the young actors who, at such a young age, can hold so much presence and emotion. I recently rewatched Leon the Professional. Do you remember this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Natalie Portman's like breakout role at fucking 13 or something.
12, I think.
12. She is who she is now as an adult then. Like the presence she's holding.
He's like, pretty sure she's not. Hey, he's a very technical guy too, so he'll stop you on everything.
I'm
holding
just
the
saying
water?
I'm just saying the
He's like, she's the
presence.
same person. No, she's different.
Her presence,
The presence
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
12.
she's very charming, yeah.
and there with Jean Reno, like the presence in her eyes, the stillness,
he's
the fucking.
also charming.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just like blown away when a young actor can hold that much fucking
With
gravitas.
limited experiences. Like
That's
you
what I mean,
assume
with
that
limited
because
life
they don't have all the
experience.
life
Yeah.
experiences that they wouldn't be able to stack up. Some people,
But yeah, those life experiences are what take you away from being present. Like, you know what I
They
mean? She
can. I
doesn't
can
need
see
the,
that.
you know what I mean? Like you're as present as you're ever going to be as a kid.
Well, I think like the thing about it that like from an acting point of view, not, so like from here, I'm holding my hand in front of the camera. That shows how much I know how to work
I'm
with
blocking
cameras.
myself.
But like if you're acting, the problem isn't what you're feeling. It's what it looks like, right? For the audience.
Right.
And what the director's concern is. So they're going to, I hope I'm not sounding really pompous.
No,
no. We
I
love
was the
talking about this.
I mean, you
dad.
are, but
I was-
what are we going to
Yeah,
do?
what are we going to do about it? We've got you booked. We don't have anybody else right now.
This episode is brought to you by Lumen.
What is Lumen? Well, I'm very glad you asked. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It's a device that measures your metabolism through your breath. And on the app, it lets you know if you're burning fat or carbs and gives you tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workouts, sleep, and even stress management. All you have to do is breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning, and you'll know what's going on with your metabolism. Then Lumen will give you a personalized nutrition plan for that day based on your measurements. So I downloaded the Lumen app, and I found that I am burning more carbs than I should be, and that my first day of my personalized nutrition program should be a low-carb day. Hard to hear, but necessary if I don't want bad habits to turn into really bad news down the line. One of the things I always wonder is how effective my workouts are for my body. Well, wonder no more. My metabolism sets the pace for my nutrition and workouts, a tailor-made program just for me.
So if you want to take the next step in improving your health, go to lumen.me/Neds to get 15% off your Lumen. That is lumen.me/Neds for 15% off your purchase. Thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode.
If the kid is focused, and we deal with this all, if the kid is focused and making sense and speaking with conviction, believes what they're doing, however you do that, and you take a picture of it and you put it together with all the other moments where she or he is doing that, you've got a performance.
Yeah.
So like what you've got is a kid who understands probably, I mean, I wasn't there, but probably understands the idea of focus, understanding what they're talking about, and looking at the other person and just trying to play off of what they're doing. So it's really like simple stuff. It's hard because you guys know from acting, you get in your own way.
Self-doubt, all that stuff. Yeah.
And all that stuff. And the trick is, how do you get rid of all that self-doubt so when you're working?
Exactly.
So
You
you can live
F that
truthfully
up.
in these imaginary circumstances. I'm
which we
always
always talk about that.
bouncing that one, man. You though really wake up a lot in the students. When I first started doing the
Oh
program,
my God,
there,
you're
I
so
didn't-
nice.
I mean, no, I'm just being honest about it. Like, because I was new to teaching acting when I kind of came to the program. So
Yeah.
I had to learn a lot from the way you were doing things, and then also like Brian, he's really skilled at what he does too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm thankful for your instruction, and it comes from a place of you've actually worked in Hollywood. So
I have.
he's like, what's good time?
I'd like to work more. I mean, it's
all wish.
interesting. Like, we all want to. It's funny. I'm working with somebody right now on a film, and it's like something I auditioned for, and I didn't get the part. I'm like, harumph.
Now let's get an episode on Envy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta do this again.
I would have done it like
Well,
Oh, you're coaching him.
Yeah.
I'm coaching the
Oh, yeah, that burns.
Oh,
that burns.
I'm not the same part, not my part.
Okay.
The kid, yeah. So it's like, but it's like one of those things you get. It's so much fun. If you embrace like the fun and absurdity of being an actor in Hollywood, it changes.
Yeah.
And it's also cool if you've all been around for a minute. You probably you have more experience, if not the same amount of experience as I do in a lot of ways, especially on television, which is a whole. It's not completely different, but it's different enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever teach? Do you ever do any shit like that?
Yeah, she does it
What do you do?
Once in a blue. My friend owns an acting class, and I just guest from time to time.
Owns an entire acting class?
Started a
Oh,
class.
hey.
She started a class.
How
Right?
do
She
you do
owns
that?
them all. She can make them back into cages.
That's so cool.
Alyssa K Studios.
Alyssa K Studios.
Alyssa K Studios.
Alyssa K Studios.
Yeah.
That's
gonna love
fantastic.
Yeah.
So what kind of teaching?
I mean, I have
Do you like kids or like?
yeah, kids, teens, some adults. There's a teens and adults class and then a kids class.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
I did.
And then you stopped enjoying it.
Yeah, in the last couple months, it's just like I don't care, and honestly, you could barely pay me to fucking care.
Say don't have it to give.
I don't
Some
care.
other thing.
What is it? Just like
I think
the
I just
factory
realized
of
that
it?
I don't give a shit about this industry anymore.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, why?
Because I don't think I ever did, and it was really just something that got me accolades and attention. It was a place where I made my money for a long time,
Yeah.
and now.
What do you want to do? I mean, is there something else?
I mean, nothing has replaced it yet.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of just a long march forward at this point. But,
Right.
you know.
I mean, what do you? Are there things that you're interested in?
Well,
Or-
I mean, I'm
what
doing
do
this
you-
podcast,
Which is cool.
which
Strides.
is my rent. So,
But this isn't this. This is still the industry.
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah.
still communicating.
Yeah. It's
You're
transferable.
still like telling
Transferable.
stories,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Meeting extraordinarily interesting people.
so interesting.
Like this guy
this
right
whole
here.
podcast was worth
Oh
this
my God.
interaction right here.
Right?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Man.
Have you done any directing?
Yeah, I've done a little directing.
Yeah, because you seem like that's
That
like
kind
a
of an
real
asshole?
yeah.
A
No,
guy
that's
who
a,
has no problem telling you what to do.
no, it's a real fucking beautiful skill directing. Like actually knowing how to communicate with an actor and help them
Yeah.
bring something through. Like it's hard. Not every director's
not
good
just
at it.
And not just the actors. It's like
Yeah.
every
Yeah, every piece. Yeah,
yeah, like
solve every
it's-
problem.
You're definitely like the captain of the ship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
And
the
like-
DP what you want. all
Yeah,
of it,
and being and it's I mean I've done it professionally a couple of times. I think I was almost successful at it. I was more scared, you know, because you do want to be the sort of calm in the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
You want to be centered. You want to like know what you're doing, be sort of the solution rather than the
Yeah.
problem. And that's hard. That's hard
To do.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's really hard to do.
Everybody's
And-
coming to ask questions, all the uncertainty, and you have to act like you're locked in, but then also time's happening. And if you don't have a good AD to boss
Oh, yeah,
people
yeah.
around, then it becomes you having to yell at somebody. Now
Yeah.
they're like, oh, well, I'm going to move sluggishly because you just offended. Like, oh.
It's a
Gotta be
lot of
insulated.
it's like herding cats. So it's like
Yeah.
getting a lot of things moving. But it's certainly fun. I mean, it's the thing. I mean, I wonder if it's like you're just having a shitty time in the business as opposed to like the good stuff, which is like teamwork.
No, I used to really like to talk to these kids.
collaboration.
And
No, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about that. Believe me, I get the acting
those
class thing.
dumb fucks.
I go
No,
to me.
it can be a chore. It can be a chore. Trust me.
No, honest to God, for me, I'm the same. I'm like
Yeah.
cyclical. It's like I just did something at the beginning of the summer where I'm like, I was ready to frickin' kill myself.
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah,
And I was like, I don't want to ever see a child
right,
again.
Again
Ever.
in my life.
right.
Jesus.
Because it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's really overpowering.
It is.
Yeah.
And then it's even worse when it's like you're talking about it's something you care about, and some kid is just like,
My mom's making me do this.
yeah, it's like, oh.
We run into that, man. Oh, yeah. So, because sometimes we get these, like, I don't know, like parents who it's their dream, not their kid's dream.
Oh.
And then that kid is disrupting the rest of the class.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, I don't want to have to raise my voice.
I worry about like the kid in like 5 years. If you don't let like the kid like figure out what they want to do, then they're stuck in this like, I thought I wanted to do this thing,
Yeah.
and then and it's not what you really want to do, and there's so much bullshit involved with it,
Yeah.
that it's like you get these kids that it's not even their dream.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
And that's scary. That's scary.
I think we've all seen that in different aspects in the industry, and
I saw that in you especially.
Oh, yeah.
I never wanted this shit.
Yeah.
My mom made me.
Is that true?
No.
No, I didn't.
I love this shit.
You love
it.
it.
Strike me as true.
No, I love it. We were at VidCon recently, and we did this panel. We came across on this panel a 10-year-old girl who apparently has 110 million subscribers on YouTube.
Wow,
'Cause she's
that's
been-
a lot of subscribers.
Because she's been
That's a lot of
YouTubing
subscribers.
since she was 2.5, she said. But this is clearly a
Not her
situation about her mom. She answered questions like her mom is making her do this.
No, man.
And whether or not the kid is getting set up with finances for their life, it doesn't matter. Like, we all felt triggered and confused and like want to say to the mom, like, stop this. Because when the kid becomes herself, when she actually becomes a person, her identity is gonna be fucking.
Well, you don't know that for sure. You can't know that, but it is like
I could guess it based on much experience and seeing it. Do you know what I mean?
For sure, but it's still like one can hope, and you know, but you don't like you can't future trip on stuff like that. You can like,
But can I present trip on it?
Right.
you can absolutely present trip on
Right.
it, but it's
Right.
like there's a lot of it's so confusing because the whole media and phone thing, and it's so much, and it's have you ever read the book Sapiens?
Yeah.
Sapiens.
I think did I mention it to you the
I
other
feel
day?
like you mentioned it.
You've
Yeah,
all
it's just
know her, right?
it's this really cool book about like the development of Homo sapiens and how we're pretty awful, as it turns out. We started as like this middling mammal that would get its ass kicked on the plains. A cheetah or something would come and take it. And then there was the cognitive revolution. We started making tools, and then we fucked everything up. You know, once technology started, we did not. Our technology and science grew evolved quickly, but we didn't socially evolve quick enough to deal with all that. So it's like we go someplace, we show up, and all the big mammals end up dying. Either we eat them and kill them, or we,
Fuck
and
up
it's
the
like-
environment,
And
yeah.
it's the same thing here. It's like we just keep on stumbling through. I forgot what the fuck was
The
my
little
point.
girl with the
The-
110.
I
don't know.
Yeah,
I
I got
cuddle with
freaking. It's gone.
That's a
You
great
said you
story,
couldn't
though.
future trip on this girl, but I
yeah,
do.
so you don't. I mean, who knows? Who knows what her poor mother is doing? But this whole internet web of being hyper aware, and the public square is immediate,
yeah.
as
And be a
opposed
part of
to
it.
like there's no real privacy.
Yeah.
It feels like there's no real privacy anymore, but there is.
Yeah.
But it feels like there is. You just have to stop, and
Yeah.
put it down, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, I have a friend's kid got really upset at me because I was like, "This internet shit, this is awful," and she was like, "My friends and I saved a kid's life on social media." So don't. There was some trans kid or gay kid. I don't remember quite the details. That was living in the middle of wherever in a not good situation, reached out on some platform. Her and her friends were on that platform. They embraced the kid online and got him through,
Yeah.
or got them through.
Yep.
So it's like,
I know that's there too.
There are positives to technology.
yeah,
It was
I mean,
this
what are you gonna
case
do?
by case thing where it was just a weird. Hearing that girl answer the questions was strange, but I do hear you.
Yeah.
I
I mean, individual.
everything.
She might grow up and be like, "Mom was crazy," or
more likely than not. Yeah.
or it turns out to be just her experience.
Yeah.
God,
And it's not
We all
like
have
and it's not like this only happens in acting. Like, parents force their kids into like sports and shit and other things all the time. But a slippery slope, man. You force your kid
Yeah.
into a whole fucking world that
Their identity, because it's so tied to your identity and it's like filming you. That's where I feel like it is tougher with this emerging ever presence of social media.
Yeah.
All these people, like you're talking about 100 million people following a person. Like imagine in your own life if you had 10 physical people.
And this
following
is she's like a little kid, and
she's
they're
10 years
probably-
old.
Oh, she was 10?
What?
I thought she was like 6 or 7. She was 10.
And she was 10
I don't
at the
see
panel.
how that's
Oh,
any
really?
better.
Oh,
I
but she
don't-
started. Yeah,
She
no, it's
started
not, no
young.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it's wild to consider that this mom is setting her up to just be followed by these people who like her for what? Really? why are 100
Well,
million
what's
people
the?
watching?
Is there
like,
a
I don't know. I didn't watch,
is
man.
there a thing?
Like I
Dancing.
don't mind.
I don't
people
know.
Is she a
watching
dancer?
stuff.
I mean,
no.
is she,
I
But
didn't watch.
she
She's
said
a
the mom makes her
terrible
like
dancer.
dance. Yeah. If it were a skill, like
No,
if
no,
some
no,
of
no,
these
no.
kids got the,
I wish I could laugh.
That's not the point. But she
She's-
is a terrible dancer. You know this from watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know this from visiting her social media and seeing why she said that she would like to pursue another industry at some point. Because when you've been online for 8 years doing something that you should be a pro at, and you've got everybody in your comments saying, look, you just need to face the fact that you can't dance.
You should do something.
I'm
else.
sorry, what are you doing to this little girl? Now you're putting her online to be a joke? Now she doesn't even have a skill?
No, that
now
gets
she's not being
scary.
set up for anything except
gets
to fucking, and now what? Like,
we do have to take. We have to be precautious.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
just,
world, yeah.
and in this industry, like, it's weird to fucking watch, man.
I
That
don't
shit's
think,
weird
but
to
it's
watch.
not the end. It's like everything.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like the whole. If we're talking about social media, it's different than like just TV or the film industry.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
it covers everybody. Everybody's got access to it.
yeah.
So it's this sort of like it levels all the playing,
It does, yeah.
Which is
Flattens
good and
everything,
really
which is
bad.
good and bad, yeah.
which you know.
I know we all got to watch, oddly enough, like the industry change when social media got introduced and watched it get flattened. It was this centralized thing.
It was so weird.
The social media people are over there. Actors are over here.
Yeah, and even TV
Politicians
and
are over
movies are
here.
different.
But
and
some
like
people navigated, I think, really well.
course.
I think Josh did a great job.
Josh,
Being daring, yeah, he
Josh
crushed that
crushed it.
He crushed
in
it.
terms of he does both very like he
does-
stayed with all of it.
Well, he
Podcast, socials, and still acts
and
in
he
great
started
shit.
with Vine. Like
Yep.
he was really he like I remember this vaguely, and I was like,
Yep.
what are these kids doing? What's going on? Over there?
6-second
what the
videos,
heck's
brother.
going on over there? And you know, managing that and figuring out how to turn it into like what you guys have done here, something like this. That's real. Like I threaten to do this. Me and my old friends sit around and threaten to do shit like this all the time. But I swear to God, it's
I
like
love it.
it's like the only way I can describe it. I don't know if I've used this before on some kind of media, but it's very much like when I was a kid trying to help my parents deal with a VCR. Like they could not understand it.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
could-
yeah.
It's like, wait, where are the bells? Where are the whistles? Like, how does this thing work? And it's kind of like, it's the same thing with this. It's not that I don't understand it technically, but like, it's just not real to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conceptually, it's like, what the
The
fuck?
brain
What?
synapse probably done fire. Like, cause there's stuff that my little
Oh, mine
nieces and
stopped
stuff do.
firing years ago.
Oh, it's like it doesn't fire at all. But like Fortnite, like certain games, I'm like, that game
Fort
is
what?
too-
Fort
Have you heard of
what?
Fortnite? No.
Fort what?
It's called
No,
Fortnite.
I
It's like
know what it is.
multiplayer. Okay, yeah.
I'm not that bad.
But certain stuff, I'm like, I just
Daniel's like, you guys get it's a joke. Daniel knows me the best.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I'm still
oh,
like,
yeah, he
whoa,
totally
whoa,
does
hey,
it.
explain it for
It's
you,
all right, let
brother.
me
I
lean
can
in.
slow it down. But no, some of this stuff is just it's moving so fast, and if you didn't grow up with an iPad in front of your face like these Gen Alphas, it's like you cannot
Say what now?
relate to it.
Generation Alpha.
Gen
Generation
Alpha.
Alpha.
New guys, even Gen Z grew up with an iPad in their face. Like we didn't even have like phones or any of those devices.
Not until I
We
was
just
a
had the
teen.
TV.
My dear listeners, you might not know this about me, but I'm a bit of a cereal guy. As a kid, I loved cereal. And as an adult, I still love cereal. But as an adult, it's hard for me to find a cereal that doesn't have way too much sugar and not enough protein. But recently, I found Magic Spoon, a nostalgically delicious cereal that tastes just like my childhood favorites, but without the sugar and with a ton of protein. Every serving of Magic Spoon has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of net carbs, so you can feel good about eating cereal. They also have 10 flavors that all taste just like the cereal you loved as a kid. Their most popular are fruity, cocoa, frosted, and peanut butter. But there are so many more like blueberry muffin, cinnamon roll, birthday cake, honey nut, and maple waffle. I love that Magic Spoon makes it so easy for me to eat more protein when I'm too tired or busy to cook, which is often. Fun fact, cereal is not just a breakfast food. It's my favorite late night snack. Get $5 off your next order of delicious cereal at magicspoon.com/Neds or look for Magic Spoon in your nearest grocery aisle. That's magicspoon.com/Neds for $5 off. Magic Spoon. Hold on to the dream.
When I moved out here in '95,
Yeah.
What did you have?
oh my God, it was so awesome when I first got
Pager.
a pager.
Ooh.
I was like,
Cool
I
fucking
like-
guy.
when I got my first agent, I needed a pager.
Oh man.
Call me. You've got an audition.
And it was like, I'd be driving my car, the pager would be like, I'd be looking at it like, When's it going to watch?
But
Kettle
now a
Never
pager
Boils?
just says "call me back," right?
It
You
just
can't-
says what number is calling you.
you can't send a message back.
No.
No.
Oh,
It's
pagers.
telling you get to a
It's
fucking
get to a phone, call
payphone
me.
and call me.
So they decided to come up
Hurry
with
up,
that.
kid, you
Isn't
got a
that
job.
device like equal to what's in a phone? Like,
I feel like you could have with the same device.
could
figured
have
out how
spent
to
another
send it.
day.
Pagers traditionally were only doctors had pagers.
Yeah.
Or people who
Oh,
needed
who
like
were very
immediate-
important.
Were
Yeah.
very important.
You
It was
know, actors.
Very important.
You know,
Actors,
actors.
right,
Very
right,
important.
of course,
That was
life or
course.
death
Situation, dude.
It was definitely a part of like the legitimizing of my life.
Yeah.
You know, because
Your
it
dad
had
was
always
like,
been
parking spot in a pager?
exactly right. But it was one of those things where it was like I came out here, I was in my early 30s. Oh God, and it was like telling everybody that you wanted to be an actor. Everybody's like, oh yeah, sure. You know, and it's always having to certain relatives are like, well, I'd cut your hair if you want to be. It's all like it's like, but
Shut up,
so
Grandma.
to like actually have that device that I had to pay for to get meant that it was a real thing.
it's a
It
real
was-
thing. I'm
in some
invested.
ways, it was even more than the agent itself.
Yeah.
I got a pager to
Does
pretend
that-
like agents are reaching out to
I
you.
got somebody needing to get a hold of
I
me.
am important.
And did you wear
Damn
it
it.
proudly, like on your hip, or where'd you keep it? You kept it hidden?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was on. It wasn't soon after that cell phones showed up,
Yeah.
and that became like.
And you wore them both on your hip.
Hey,
No, then
proudly.
I got
Important.
it.
And his headshots under his
I
arm.
should have had a pocket protector and all that.
Hey, pocket protectors are real.
Love a good pocket protector.
Did you also use? I remember this. My parents used it when we first came out. My dad was a truck driver too, but the Thomas Guide.
Oh,
You
yeah.
used Thomas Guide. A whole
oh,
book
yeah.
we used to navigate before GPS, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say,
It was a fucking
Younger
book that you
viewers.
pulled out with maps of every street
Yeah.
you needed to go down.
yeah.
In the
And
world.
a
Fucking
book,
wild.
a book does not give you the right image. This
Yeah.
this
It was a
thing was a
textbook,
tome.
like
yeah,
a-
this
Oh,
was a
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Big as a payphone.
No, not quite. Not quite. But LA's pretty big. I actually really loved the Thomas Guide.
Same.
Yeah.
And in some ways, I really, really miss it.
same.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
For your
you're
own
like,
sense of direction, like that
well,
type
it,
of deal?
I really did learn the city that way.
Right.
Same.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like things were a mystery. I remember going through like whereabouts like around Universal, that whole area.
Oh, yeah.
I got stuck on that side of town.
Studio
My
City,
first year I was here. No, like Tahunga Pass.
Oh,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that-
yeah,
in that
In
area.
and around, yeah.
And I got stuck in there and I didn't know where I was and I remember panicking and then I was like, wait, that book. And like looking it up and figuring, I was like, oh,
I'm right.
Yeah, you'd
here.
you'd have to pull over,
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
grab the book,
And I was
Go to the
panicking.
By
back.
where you
go to
oh,
the
yeah,
back so you can
Yeah.
find
Get the
the
grid.
page or
Yeah.
the page
I
number,
loved that.
flip back to
Same.
the page,
Yeah.
and navigate manually.
Identify where you're located on the
you
map.
understand what we're
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
we're
right here. I am.
saying this guy really wanted it. This
he
guy
wanted it. And he made
is
it
a
happen.
star, man.
Gotta
Like,
be a
fuck yeah
go-getter.
with that
Yeah, yeah.
effort. Nobody will ever know the
But
effort.
everybody had to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there was no just
no other way.
No other way.
No,
That's what we all
loved
had
it.
to do.
I was out here with my mom. My mom would drive. I was navigator with the Thomas Guide. I love it because I know the city still kind of like the back of my
of that,
hand.
yeah.
Because of that, I was looking at this bird's eye view of everywhere we were driving.
And for you kids who are thinking this, well, what happens if things change? Because
Yeah. Construction.
every year you get
a new one.
Thomas Guide. I mean,
The original iPhone where they're charging you
Yeah.
for the next
And that doesn't show up at your doorstep like a phone book.
you got to go.
You
go
purchase
and
that
get
each and
You
every
have to
time.
want it.
or else be
And you
lost.
want
You
it.
have to
That's
want
right.
it, and
That's
you
right.
want it.
And you need it.
You
want it so bad you need it.
and you need it.
You need it so bad you want it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Jonathan, can you tell me this? Who, being America's dad, who was your favorite child? Was it Drake, Josh, or
Those are
Miranda.
Those are my only 3 choices.
How many other kids have you had?
Well, my niece. I really love my niece. She
Oh.
was,
That doesn't count.
she was
No.
around the same age.
Sweet.
No.
Doesn't count.
Walter's favorite
Your
kids.
fake kids.
Oh, you mean out of my
favorite
fake
kid.
children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Demi Lovato was my kid once too.
In
Okay,
what?
she wins. Sorry.
Talk to me about that.
I'm
I
sorry.
love
That's
Demi.
your
Her
answer.
voice?
That's your answer. Oh, I
I've
just love
always
her. She's
loved
so
her.
kooky.
I played her dad on an episode of what's that hospital show?
General Hospital?
ER?
No, No, the other one.
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Nice.
A nice juicy guest star.
Yeah, I guess so.
Love a juicy hospital
who
guest
was
Oh
sick?
star.
my gosh,
You
I
or Demi?
love that.
She was sick, and I was very upset about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jonathan,
You were upset
no.
with her
I was
for being
very upset that my daughter was ill,
Oh, yeah.
and they better get it right. And they got it right, thank God.
Oh, you pulled a
Oh,
John
thank
Q.
God.
Yeah, and they settled me down, and I was very upset. And my wife was upset with me, and McDreamy was all McDreamy. It was great.
Oh, you were
the
in
weirdest
prime.
thing, and this has happened to me. This might have been the first time, and I might be mixing up memories because I've been around a while. But it's not the first time I went on some sort of hospital set or like police drama series, whatever, and there were like bloated cadaver bodies on like stretchers.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I've seen it before, like
Yeah.
that they use in the background.
Yeah.
They had some episode where like a lot of people died, so they had all these dummies in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not actual dumb people, but dummies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some around.
And that was jarring. I
Yeah.
remember that very clearly. But Demi was great.
Wait.
So she's your favorite. Demi's
There's
your
a
favorite.
real
No,
body
I'm
just
not-
like on your way to set?
Not
no,
a
no,
dead
no.
person. Am I not explaining this
It
well?
was an
that
actual
on the
dummy.
set?
It was an actual dummy.
On the set.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. When I show up to jobs, there are usually dead people there. I don't know why.
He said, every time I show up, are
No,
you
it was
killing
like-
them, Jonathan? Are you killing people?
What productions are you the fuck
Everybody's
on?
dead.
No wonder why I don't work anymore. Goldstein showed up. Everyone's dead. No, but it was
favorite?
like fake.
Fake.
bodies.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I'm so sorry. I was like, oh wow, they go really. No, because I heard on Grey's Anatomy that when when Shonda Rhimes cast these actors, she makes them go and witness
watch a
a
real
real
dead
surgery,
person.
but not just up in the
Oh my
bleachers,
God.
right? No, not
You gotta
that.
be up in it.
You stand above
touch
the
your mic.
person's head on a little step. And you're leaning over and looking your very own private thing. And
Breathing
she
it
goes,
in.
Bodies?
yeah, she goes, I had to step away when I could smell the flesh being cauterized back together. And it's like heart-brain. I'm sure it's only for like a few minutes that you'd be in there, but like
That's rough stuff.
that's I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could not do
It's
it.
got to be
That's-
like a psychological experiment. She's just testing these people out.
I'd never heard that before.
I promise you, the
I
woman.
believe that you've heard it.
The actress was giving an
I
interview
believe
and
that
said
you heard it this time.
Please that you heard it.
I get it. I get it. Like, hey, you're going to play a doctor for all this time on our show. One time. Go see what that shit's really like. So when you're in there
You're
pretending,
taking it serious.
you remember I'm inside someone's body.
Oh, I love that.
This is tough.
I
I
know.
don't know how to react
I know.
to that.
I know.
Inside
I don't think you.
I'm going to go home.
We
I don't
never-
think you have to do that.
We never know if he's pulling us down like an anchor or,
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I don't think you have to look at a dead
I
body
don't think
to play
you
a
have
doctor.
to, but I get it.
Does Shonda really?
Yes, the really pretty like
Shonda.
English girl who kind of has the rounder face. She's really,
I get
really
it.
pretty.
There's a lot of cop there's a lot of cop movies and shows where they like go on these
go on.
ride-alongs
Sure.
and shit. You know, it's the same thing.
So you're basically
But
you're
yuck.
really calling
But
me a
yuck.
liar.
No.
That's how I feel.
No.
That's how I feel.
Yes, he is.
Your feelings are valid.
Thank you, but
You're
not
welcome.
reasonable.
I'm not going to make that.
Dr.
Love
Training.
I'm not going
it.
to do that.
So Grey's Anatomy doctor training.
This sweet woman
Oh my
gave the
gosh.
interview and said it.
Oh well, she's lovely.
looks
so
like
a
she must be
trustable
telling
person.
the truth.
She's trustable.
I don't think she's out there lying, you know.
Be sure.
She's been on a
I'm
ton.
sure.
And if she is lying,
No, well, why would you lie about that?
I'll never
Exactly.
know.
That's like when kids ask me,
Right, like,
really?
it's
Really?
so-
You're the dad from Drake and Josh? I'm like, why would I lie about that? What's the...
You came up
And we
thinking
say
about
that, but we're asking that from a rational standpoint. I feel like people who declare those things aren't really in their rational mind, right? If they hadn't done it,
Oh, what declared that? Oh,
They-
you're talking
yeah,
about
just-
if she were hypothetically lying.
yeah.
Oh, that's the cookie thing, right?
No.
Is that the cookie thing? That
Wait,
was
look.
the,
Oh, this is Chucky.
No,
That's
the
the
cookie.
the Neds
Oh,
Declassified
yeah, this is a cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
actual cookie. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Turn it.
In your research of our podcast?
In my research, yeah.
What'd you
Did
learn?
they really? that you had that cookie thing and it's there
And
on
that-
set.
and that we're
and that
fucking
you're
idiots.
good, that you're good to your word because you said you were going to put it on set and there it is.
Oh, nice follow through. You got that.
Yeah,
follow
that's
through, man.
nice.
I'm proud of you.
That's really
Proud of
nice.
you.
Some of the time.
That's
What
really,
what are you integrity?
have you lost interest
Sorry, I'm,
in that?
no, I'm
She's
looking
like,
up
"What's
Camilla
going-
Luddington. I'm,
where am I
I'm
gonna-"
trying to find the interview.
I thought you were like, okay, where am I going to eat tonight?
No. I don't eat
Joshua.
after 4 p.m.
Wait, guys, we
don't?
gotta find out. You don't eat after 4 p.m. That's why.
That'd be so
no, I
nice.
want to know the favorite kid of all the kids.
Oh my
you've had.
God, you
Dude,
will
it's
not let
Demi,
it go.
obviously.
No.
Dude, it's Demi.
No, he said it
No,
wasn't Demi.
He said it wasn't.
I would
Oh
think
no, I was deflecting. I
Drake,
don't want-
Josh, and Miranda.
You want me to choose between
I want you to
Drake, Josh,
choose.
and Miranda?
Oh well, anybody.
Well,
You can
if
pick
it's
Demi.
between Drake and Josh, I'll put it to you this way. You guys were teenagers all together on a TV show.
Yes.
So you know what it's like to be a teenager on a TV show.
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know what
yeah.
it's like to be an adult working with teenagers on a TV show.
Are we terrible? Is horrible working? Yeah.
Some days, it's the greatest day in the world.
Hey.
And some days, it's not.
Dang. Yeah.
And so this is not being I'm not through the prism of professionalism or personality. It's really just through they're teenagers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there's a whole set
The lesser
of
of
issues.
two evils. Okay.
Yeah, like
Or three
one
evils.
day one kid was fucking awesome and the next day that
They're in a
kid was
fucking
not.
mood. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, they're great guys, but
Moody.
Teenagers.
yeah, teenagers.
So you just
Teenagers.
disown both your kids? Is that
no,
what
they're awesome. I don't.
So Miranda wins.
So Miranda.
Miranda, we had a lot of fun.
Nice.
We
nice.
did. Because I spent a lot of time like hanging out, and I got to be friendly with her mom and her dad, and we'd both be like hanging, waiting. Was the boys did their nonsense on set, and we'd come in and like she'd have a scene, or we'd have a scene together or two scenes, so we'd have to hang out all day. So I'd go to school sometimes. Usually it was just her and the school teacher, and they'd go through the lessons. My recollection is for a while she was trying to teach me fractions and algebra, and I couldn't handle it. And I would.
Does not compute.
I feel like I can hear her little voice leaned over her little paper with a little pencil being like, so this is that
I got to tell you that, like, all right, I'm going to tell you out of school stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Turn up.
Miranda Cosgrove, as a little kid, was in fact the cutest kid in the world.
Oh.
She was just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, watch.
I feel like she
watch
was the
sweet
most
soul.
School of Rock back. She is.
Oh,
my God.
so fucking precious in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the most precocious.
Precocious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a
bet.
lot of fun. She enjoyed messing with me because I don't like weird stuff. Like if you can do like weird.
Oh, double jointed
and
stuff.
she could do this thing with her eye. Her
the eye
eyes
wiggle?
And she would. Well, it's like not a wiggle.
No, it goes. When I get
And she
really
could do
excited,
that.
it'll happen involuntarily with
Oh,
Alyssa.
really?
Dude, when I
That
get
shit
really
freaks me
excited, it
out.
goes. Seriously.
Dang.
When my friend,
Dangerous.
when I see
so
my friend,
many
it goes.
weird things. Just like
So sorry. Anyway, I didn't know that happened.
But yes, she used to do this. She would we'd be standing on set, and because she knew I didn't like it, and with a little kid when they know they can fuck with an adult. So she'd be standing there, and I'd be standing there, and she'd just turn up and look at me and go, and freak me the fuck out. So she loved doing stuff like that. It was very sweet. It was very nice.
They say it's rare for somebody who can control all the muscles in their eye, right? I can't do it at will.
I don't know.
but
You'd have to
when
talk
I get
to her
so
and see if she
excited,
can still
that
do it.
brain
I don't
starts
know.
to do something.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's a very I find it very.
Yeah, because it's like a
disconcerting.
possession, if you will.
It's like a possession. Good lord.
It's like someone's getting
It's like a
possessed.
tiny. Can you imagine the tiny demon that would possess her?
Oh, that's cute. Dude, you also are a great guitarist. I've been to some of your shows.
I'm an okay guitar player.
Okay, so what, you feel like you're better
But
at
thank-
another instrument, or
No,
because you were great from what I saw.
Oh, once again, you're being really nice to me.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a shredder. He's a shredder.
You shred a little bit.
I do not shred. I'm
Just
like
strum?
I'm a rhythm
Rhythm
guitar
guitar?
player.
Okay. Yeah.
But
good
thank
stuff,
you.
though.
Oh no, I'm really good at guitar. Yeah, I have a band. We've been playing together for years and years and years, and we stopped for a while, and now we're starting again. So I'm very excited. We've had a couple of rehearsals. I'm going to start calling in other members of the band and see if they really want to play. I was really nervous. I had sort of stopped playing,
Yeah.
Wow.
and I realized that what's different, what's missing. Oh shit, I haven't played.
Yeah.
So we've gotten together, and I wanted to, at first, my friend Doug is the lead guitar player. He shreds, and we write songs together. And I was like, Doug, let's do this. And I'm wondering, maybe we should like try some new songs, like get some new stuff together. And he was like, well, why don't we try to learn the songs that we used to play?
Hey.
And that'll be kind of like learning new songs, which was so true.
Dang.
I'm like,
He's like,
Learn
before
the
we
ones we got.
let's see if we remember the old ones.
what if we can
Play.
even do what we
Dude,
used to do?
look, I have songs older than you, so which is really weird and interesting to have like that kind of point of view about it. But so I'm really excited. We're going to start playing out again.
How do you? I've been a songwriter since I was 15.
Yeah.
How
You're pretty good too.
I'm all right. How do you? If you have songs older than me, where do you have them kept and organized? Like, do you keep a book of your? Do you like?
It's all up here,
Because basically,
baby.
I have held so many songs in my head that like
Devin,
I'll
maybe
lose
you
them
should
because I
write
don't
them
organize
down.
them. Well, I write the lyrics.
You can write down. You can write down the
No,
changes.
tablet.
I don't even fucking know the chords I'm playing half the time.
Write them down. Tabs.
Real.
Yeah,
It's like there's a way to keep
Figure
these
it out.
records.
I'm genuinely asking, how do you organize your songs?
Well, I figure out what the changes are, so I know if it's like 1-4-5, all that kind of stuff. Figure out what the changes are. Write down the lyrics, and you can notate it, like what the chords are.
So do you have
That's a
like
good way to
books
do
of
it.
your songs?
Books? It's like loose
A folder?
pages in a folder.
I
Yeah.
got something.
Tell me.
If you have the recordings now, there are software that
Yeah.
can give you the full
Yeah, you could do that too.
readout.
Oh, that'd be tight.
Yeah, and I have stuff like in my library on my
Right.
iPad, and
Yeah.
that I took pictures of that stuff, and recordings. We have a ton of recordings.
Yeah.
Some live, some from recording studios.
Did you ever play with Drake? Because he plays too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did Josh ever play guitar or no? That
Josh
wasn't
is
his
a
thing.
Josh plays piano.
Oh, okay, dope.
And I don't think he plays guitar. But it was never. He was more into the sort of rap and urban stuff.
That's right.
As I recall, and Drake and I crossed to we sort of both had the same musical sensibility. A little, we sort of met more there.
You ever play shows together or more just?
He came and played the theme song to the show at one of my gigs,
Dope.
and that lives somewhere online.
Nice.
It was very funny. And what else? Have I played? I've played with him, and he like has a Christmas thing, and we once did the Heat Miser and Snow Miser song. His band played that, and we both sang it. I was one, and he was the other. I don't know.
Nice.
That was a lot of fun. But yeah.
How we feeling? Is it tippy time?
What does that mean?
Is it tippy time?
over?
Is it the tippy time of the tippy tay?
Sure.
Is it? Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have
got,
more?
got any last questions for Jonathan?
Anything else we want to ask?
What else do you
our
want to
dad?
know? I mean,
Everything. I want to know
Daddy
everything.
issues. We have daddy issues.
yeah.
Yes. I do want to know, how has it been watching, like, I don't know, all of us like kid actors become adults? Like, what is that experience like? Because I found we were kids on our show. We
Right.
worked with so
You
many.
had adults on your
we
show.
had
though,
so
didn't
many
you?
adult actors with
great
us.
actors.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm a kid. I didn't
And
understand.
your feet are really orange. Oh, is that
the
the
light.
lights?
It's the
like-
light.
Oh,
man.
reflection.
I
Get this- I was like, what the hell, man?
I didn't realize.
Definitely needs an orange or something. Yeah, maybe
I self-tan I bronze my feet.
for every taping.
It's
I
an
promise my
aesthetic.
feet. That's your thing, man.
But we had so many adults on the show
Yeah.
that at the time, I'm a kid, I was just like, yeah, we all work together. And now that I'm older and we're getting to talk to some of them through the podcast, like, I don't know, it must have been so weird to work with children in the industry and then watch them actually become like people. Yeah, how's that experience?
It's very much
been?
like real life. I mean, I have, it's a function of getting older, and you'll see. It's like
I'm already seeing in my own way
old-
that weird 35.
you're 35. Oh, yeah. So it's starting to happen. Where it's like friends, family who have kids that were little nothings when you were just in your 20s, and you start to. So it's really wonderful. It's really cool. Sometimes it's scary. If you love somebody and you're seeing them as an older person after making all your own mistakes, seeing somebody go through stuff and wanting to help out but not knowing
Mm.
how, and knowing and like you know there's that. There's also watching people do really really well and being really proud of them.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of. It's just like real life.
Yeah.
The whole. Did you,
It was
Rip
straight
apart
up, man. Straight
in
up.
the middle of this Olympic
I'm
speech.
being. I was about to be really like that was going to be wholesome and beautiful.
Opening his heart up,
and you
just
straight up fart. You straight up farted, man.
cannot believe this.
And don't even deny it.
Dude,
I don't know.
deny it. Everybody
It was
heard
the
that.
chair.
That was
Do you
so
hear this guy?
awkward.
It was the chair.
Jeez.
And
dude.
listen,
I
I'm
really
not going to
want
lie.
to hear what you were saying.
Listen, I'm a farter. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So I feel
Yeah.
you, but
I
I
I could smell that.
Oh, man, have some
Come on,
practical
dude.
decency, man.
slow down.
God damn, dude.
I don't even
Just
remember what I was
embarrassing
talking
for all
about.
of us.
Rude.
This
Jesus.
is so
He was on
embarrassing
such
Just
a,
wa-
for the
he was on
group.
such
Wow.
a grounded
For the
flow.
group.
Wow.
But watching people grow old, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. You know, some of them get older, some of them stay the same.
Right.
well, hey, you ruined it, Devin.
You
Some of them
ruined
are
it.
suffering from arrested development.
Oh no, our boy.
Oh, that's rough,
I
bro.
guess
Fuck.
No, that first part, that lead up was great.
We were really going somewhere.
That's wild.
look, yes, I mean it's the show business part is bullshit.
Yeah.
But in real life, seeing people grow up as you're growing up too,
Yeah.
it's a part of what's the circle of life bullshit.
Yeah.
From the
I believe it's just that, the
It's
circle of
just
life.
that. You know,
From the
You are
womb to the
correct.
tomb.
So, yeah, and it's really cool, and it's really nice when like you see people turn, and most people do. They turn out okay.
yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
generally speaking, everybody kind of works their shit out.
Yeah.
You get and it's cool.
Do you look back at things and like feel like there were moments where you're just like, well, I should not have been as anxious. My mom always mentions that to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like wasted.
Hell
negative
yeah.
energy. Yeah.
I heard a great thing. Jerry Seinfeld did a piece on getting old, and he was like, I think he was talking about turning 60, and he was like, I don't look behind me anymore. Like if I see something and I miss it and it's behind, I don't have to turn around. I don't have to do that. If it's really important, I'll see it again.
Damn.
It'll like things, and there's something like I want everybody to like me, but I don't care anymore. You know, it's not that I don't stress over that kind of stuff anymore. You know, I don't want to sound like I'm a superhero, but
Yeah.
it's like you do like start caring about important things. I care about my friends. I care about my family. I want things to be good, but like if I odds are that when I leave here, you guys aren't going to spend the next several hours talking about me and how stupid I am.
And you'd be
Whereas 15, 20 years ago, that could have been like, oh my God,
yeah.
what did
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
what did
yeah,
I do? What did I do?
yeah.
Yeah. You
Totally,
know what I mean?
totally.
And that sort of stress seems to, thankfully, like as I've gotten older, seems to go away. I mean, I still fuck up left and right, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sit there and just shame yourself for it like crazy.
Yeah.
after
Worry,
the fact.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just too much. I don't even have the energy to shame myself anymore. Like,
Yeah.
used up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, was that
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's great.
So we do like to end our episodes with a nice little tip.
Yeah, we gave tips on the show now.
We give tips on the show. So a tip, it's a broad question on life. Most of our audience, I think, is between the ages of 18 and 34, based on our YouTube analytics.
how do you do that?
I'll show you,
Get
Grandpa.
somebody.
This guy. Well, no, they exist. You just go into the back end of your YouTube. You log in just like normal and go to check
No
out the
respect.
YouTube.
But what does it all
No
mean?
respect.
Can I show you my VCR?
You're joking.
I have no idea what this stuff
It's
is.
just all
No,
the
it's
people who
literally
watch.
just-
There's a record of them and where they
Yeah,
are
there's just a
located
tab
and-
on even your
graph.
Instagram. There's just a graph that
And
shows
is
you.
there like to me it's all like the soupy sales thing. How do I get them all to give me $1?
Right.
Oh no, yeah.
and that's
no,
a
no,
question
That's what we're working
we're
on.
all trying to figure out.
Yes.
In fact, could you donate us $1?
Actually, before you go,
There you go.
gonna need
We
$1.
actually have
this
a
worthwhile.
jar for that.
I mean,
You
it's
have
the
a
least
tip
you
jar?
could
Is there
do,
a
Dad.
You should have a Ned's
That's my
Declassified
tip jar.
That's
great.
A
Oh,
tip?
A
Get it?
Jar.
Yeah.
Hey.
I get 10%.
Walter.
10%.
That was incredible. That was incredible.
See, that was a well-timed fart.
Well,
was
it was
incredible.
also a handmade fart.
That's true.
So was
Handmade
mine. It was literally my hand on the mic.
Didn't hear. Didn't sound the same at all. Yes, but we like to end the show with
Yeah, with a
tip.
tip to the audience about anything. Any piece of advice.
Oh my God.
Yep.
on the
A
spot.
lot of pressure. And if you get it wrong, their lives are in your hands, Jonathan.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna quote the 2,000-year-old man
Great.
and say, "Stay away from fried fruit."
Hey.
I didn't even say that right. Stay away from fried fruit. Fried fruit. No,
that
Fried fruit or
Freud?
food?
No, what the fuck was
fruit.
it? You got to cut this because I don't remember.
We'll cut it. We definitely
We're
will.
definitely not cutting
He's talking about. Oh no, I'm mixing it up. He
We're not
says
cutting this.
Nectarines are the best thing, and fried food. I'm sorry, I stumbled. But fried food is bad for you. This is all from the 2,000-year-old man. Stay away from fried food, and I like a nice nectarine. That's a nice thing.
A nice nectarine.
Well,
Okay, that's a tip.
You don't even know who the 2,000-year-old man
No,
is?
I just thought it was like
Jesus.
the big interview.
I thought you were
young
talking about
Jesus Christ.
Socrates or
Jesus Christ.
I'm talking about Mel
The
Brooks.
movie, Mel Brooks. Yeah, guys, come on now.
I love Mel Brooks.
2,000-year-old
Mel
man.
Brooks, the 2,000-year-old man. The record.
I haven't seen that one.
Carl Reiner. It's
Did you
not
know?
something to be seen. It's a record. It's a comedy album from Carl Reiner and
Did you
Mel
say a
Brooks.
comedy album?
Yeah.
Hey, throwback, Dad.
No.
See? Listen to it on your.
Anyway,
I'm gonna
I
do it
got
on the
some
way home. I'm gonna do
TikTok
it.
to scroll. Thanks for the tip.
Jesus, you wild. No, we'll take it.
Thanks for having me.
It's probably some great info
He won't
in
be
there.
here next time.
They're writing me out of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
He's farting mid-conversation.
I can see it.
out of
I
hand.
can see it.
He's
I can see it.
making it easy.
I can't control my bodily functions anymore.
No, you gave us such great tips during the
Honestly,
episode.
during-
Yeah, you really, really did.
You really dropped a lot of wisdom during.
But hey, I'm gonna always keep a little nectarine near me.
Do you have any cliches?
Don't,
Any cliches you can leave the people with?
oh yeah.
Okay.
The eyes are the windows to the soul.
Ooh.
The eyes are the windows to the soul.
That's our tip.
There you go.
That's-
You guys
that's
got
a tip.
any
I'll
fucking
take it.
The
tips?
eyes.
Got any
Alright.
tips from
Let's
this?
give a joint
To
tip.
the
Ready?
soul.
Oh, joint tip. Yes, the joint tip is
The joint tip is
Uh-huh.
believe in yourself.
Guys.
Come
You
on.
got to believe in yourself. Yes, we worked on that.
Now, do you have to do one?
We're synced.
Yep.
We're synced. Actually, my tip is talk to your dad more.
Fuck
Learn more from your
you.
dad. All right? Why not? If your dad's out
If
there,
your
spend
dad
some
wants
time
to
with
talk to you and spend
What?
that time on the phone. Thanks, fucking Daniel.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for anybody who got triggered. I know there's only like 30% of good dads anymore here in the
Dang.
world. So, wow.
This
my God.
episode
Anyway.
is flying right off a cliff. I have no tip for you. Jonathan Goldstein, thanks
Jonathan
for being
Goldstein.
here.
What a legend. What a legend. We
It's
love him.
fucking great to see you, man.
You've earned
much.
my follow on your social.
Oh
Wow.
my God! Wow!
Wow.
Oh my God!
I
I'll
made
have
you
to
earn
follow you
it,
back.
but-
the algorithm.
No more
Oh,
privacy.
that's
You're
right.
actually very funny and entertaining.
Yay! Thanks for watching this week's episode. Guys,
shout out.
is it time for
Super Friends Dance.
Thank you for being patrons. We love you. Special shout out. Thanks for making this this podcast possible. Go to patreon.com/nedspod
That part.
if you want more from
That
us
part.
and to support us. We love you.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
See you next week.
Bye.